What's going on, creators? Today I'd like to show you how to customize your License Pro music library. So if you don't have an account, you can sign up for a free account. This demo will be showing you how to modify a free account. And so once you set up an account, get started by following these steps to get your account ready to be published. You're going to need this stuff filled out so when people are actually going to license a track from you, the system's going to work properly. But once that's all filled out and you have your track added, then it's time to start to customize it. And so the easiest way to do this is to grab this little pop-out window, adjust it so that you can fiddle fuck around here and see what you're doing. So you can name your store. We'll call this guy Lion House Project, and then you can adjust the title, font, there's multiple. That's kind of neat. We'll do this courier, and then you can change the size of it. And so once we're happy with the title size, then the search and filters font, that has to do with the section beneath of it. You can also change those to a different type of font to give it a little bit different vibe. And these are pretty generic. Like Helvetica is pretty much like an Arial font. Times New Roman's like a serif or sans serif. I can't remember the difference, but pretty much it gives you a ballpark to get pretty close to your own website. If you have something on your website like an Arial, you can use this Helvetica and it'll match really close to your current design. Or just use this Verdana. And then the filter button sizes, you can make those guys bigger. And as we go down here, we can actually customize these more. The search font size, that has to do with the search tracks area and the all styles and genres. You can shrink that down a little bit, or you can make it big. I don't want to get too big, but whatever your style is. And then the card font, that has to do with the music cart down here. And so what we'll do is the same kind of thing. You can cycle through these different fonts till you find a style and a vibe that you like. And keep in mind, to pull it like width-wise, so this kind of adjusts for different screen sizes and everything. So keep that in mind as you're designing your different layout options. But let's see, the description, this has to do with the song description. Genre pill size, that has to do with like the style that it is. You know, you can make that smaller, bigger. We can change all these colors in the next step. MP3 download size, that is and the license button size. You can change all that. The MP3 download is a feature you unlock with like the first paid tier of License Pro, where you can download either like a watermark preview, so you can let your fans and people download some tracks and use it in a video, use it in a whatever's as a preview to try it before they actually purchase a license. Or you could do like a snippet, like 20-second little piece of music or something. That's unlocked in the paid plans. The show more font size. I don't have enough tracks in here for that to be noticeable, but down here you can change this number from 12 to like 3, and I'll just do 3 cards and then a show more button. I got 12 just because it's a nice round number basically. But like the filter display and order, you can change how these play, remove them, and rename them. So it's like, say you have an album, we'll call this like this is Lion's House, or it was something liony. I don't know, roaring LP. say you have an LP that you have available, you can lump those tracks like that, so it kind of makes sense. And then you could have like entertainment. Those labels have to do with like the licensing, and so entertainment is more for like licensing beats and to like rappers, or like making samples and licensing those to producers, or making music and licensing them to singers. Where direct is more for like licensing your music for television or film or games or anything like that. It's a very big revenue stream that musicians can tap, and so many are not tapping it, which is why big inspiration for making this app, so that you guys can take advantage of these revenue streams even with the free account. And so like entertainment, you could call this like Beat Lab or something. And so you could have multiple things going. Each one of these filters is then searchable and filtered by the say you had like 100 tracks in there and they're all different styles, you can filter it by the styles then too. But let's see, as we're working our way down, the widget height, it's default at 1400, but if you got it like a web page, that might be good for like filling up a whole page. But like when it comes to having it be like a microsite where you just essentially grab this copy link, you can then put that on like SoundCloud or Facebook, YouTube, any of that kind of stuff, and it basically opens up, like I'll show you, it just opens up as like a little microsite. And so since I didn't save that, we'll just quickly go through that again. I don't remember what I even named these things. Let's see, Verdana. We'll get that pop up again. Okay, so now that we have that back up, now it's time to go down to the branding headers and the footer images. I don't have a recommended size at the moment because I'm still experimenting with this, and so 1950 by 450 is what I've been using so far for the headers. But if you guys start to experiment with different header sizes, I'd be interested to hear what you're using and how that looks. You can include these or not. So part of the thinking behind that is if you have it as a microsite, it makes it once it's saved. We'll save that real quick so you can see. It makes it look kind of like its own little web page. And so one of the interesting things is as you're messing with it, you can use this header spacing to give it a little bit more gap between the header and the title, so it looks a little bit more like a web page. Then also you can do this enable the return link, and say you just only have a SoundCloud, or you only have a YouTube channel, or you only have an Instagram or a Facebook, you can just put your SoundCloud main page there, and people open up this microsite, and then they can go back to your SoundCloud account or your YouTube account or whatever through this link, which is kind of nice for retention and keeping people in your little ecosystem. Then when it comes to the colors, there's all sorts of options. You can change the background color. We can get kind of froggy here with some of these colors. The card background color, that has to do with the music card. It kind of looks crazy, but you do kind of a blue or something. But you can kind of experiment with these different colors. The waveforms, you can change those guys. The whole thing is completely customizable. And preview button shine. The shine is that glossy effect that goes over it, so you can even change those guys. Kind of making kind of a bad color choices here, but just to show you what it can do. You can play with these different colors, and if you get too off in the weeds, you can just reset and start over. But once you're happy with it, then save, and you can just check out the link, how it looks. And you just go to your music library here, and you can grab the embed code if you wanted to go ahead and just throw it into your website, update the site, refresh. Say you get it in your website and you're not happy with, say, the header, you can go back, just click that button to take it off of there. And refresh, and then it's gone. Yeah, but that basically shows you how to customize the music library, what you can do, some of the options that you can do. Maybe in the future I'll have more of like templates that you guys can do besides just this default color scheme. I sometimes get into this mode where I'm kind of like that bird that just likes to do everything in blue. And so it's like that's kind of the idea behind this blue one. But like you guys can do maybe an orange and yellow one to match this guy, or match anything really. And so yeah, with that being said, I appreciate you checking this out, checking out License Pro. Getting started is pretty simple. There's the free membership, all the way up to Enterprise. Enterprise being for more so for bigger producers and publishers and labels that have 2,500 tracks that they're licensing regularly. Pricing's pretty self-explanatory. Everybody can get the free account. Essentials is kind of the next step up, where you can get the MP3 preview. You get 100 tracks. Everything with that is externally hosted, so your previews are going to be like SoundCloud or YouTube or something like that. Whereas Essentials Plus, we start to actually host the files, and you can then customize the audio player a little bit more. When it comes to the Pro and Enterprise, you're just talking a lot more volume of tracks, but essentially you get the whole infrastructure, even with the free account, where you can start making money. Everything works with the free account, where you can get paid for even just these 10 tracks, and it'll go instantly to your PayPal account, and there's no commission or anything on that. You keep 100% of that, which is really nice. I always like getting paid as soon as a sale happens, instead of having to wait till the end of the month or every couple weeks or whatever, or quarter. And so with that being said, I appreciate you checking out License Pro, and until the next video, God bless.